it is a while since I have been on and done a live, so I thought I would jump on. You know the drill by now. If you are watching live, then drop me a little comment so I know you're here. If you are catching this on the replay, drop me a little hashtag replay so I know that you've seen this video. So we are in challenging times at the moment, and we've been in challenging times for quite some time now. And the thing that I'm hearing more often than not from people with regards to our needs is how can we ensure that all of our needs are getting met, especially in the context of the current situation? And there are 7 keys to ensuring that all of your needs get consistently met. So I figured that what I would do is I'm going to do a needs nugget each week for the next 7 weeks. And each one of them, I'm going to talk about a different one of the keys in order that you can apply this and use it to understand that within the current situation that we're in, what you can do to better understand your needs and to better meet them with the circumstances we find ourselves in at the moment. So the first key to getting all of your needs consistently met in the ways that really work for you is what? And that is, you need to know what your universal needs are. So we all have 12 universal needs, and the 12 universal needs fall into 4 different groups, and the 4 different groups correspond to the 4 different sections of a tree. So the roots of the tree is our first group of needs. These are our survival needs. So these are the needs that we will find a way of meeting, whether the ways of meeting are healthy or unhealthy, whether they're empowering, disempowering, whether they're serving us or not serving us, whether fulfilling us or draining us. We will find a way of meeting these needs, whether it's really working for us or not, because they are linked to our very survival. There are 3 needs in the survival needs, which are the roots of the tree. So once our survival needs are taken care of, then we move up to the trunk of the tree. Now, the trunk of the tree is our intrinsic needs. So these are the needs that relate to our internal well-being. So once we've got our foundation in place, the trunk of the tree relates to things like our sense of worthiness, our emotional well-being, our sense of connection to an internal personal power. So it's not power. A lot of people think of power as being power over, but when we talk about personal power, it's about an internal connection to our sense of power. So that's the trunk of the tree. So once we've got the roots of the tree, which are our foundation, and the trunk of the tree, which is our core, from that point, then we can move up to the branches of the tree. So the branches of the tree are our expansive needs. So once we've got that taken care of, from there, we can then expand and grow and interconnect with the world around us. So this is where we have needs that relate to growing and expanding, but also some of our social interactions appear in this space as well. And then once our branches are taken care of, from there, the next group of needs is the enriching needs. So these are the leaves and the fruit of the tree. And these are the needs that give you a deeper experience of yourself and a deeper experience of life. Now, the thing is, without knowing what the needs are and what these groups of needs are, we don't really know where to put our energy in terms of getting our needs met. The first thing to do is really to get to grips with understanding what these different groups mean and how they show up in your life. But also, it's really important to focus on what are the needs that we really need to be focusing on for where we're at right now. So culturally, we tend to get very focused on the branches of the tree. Most of our focus is on the expansion needs, and that's because the things that tend to be given value within our culture are achieving, acquiring, and perfecting, and those generally are things that exist in the trunk, in the branches of the tree. Where we're expanding, growing, looking to achieve more, looking to become better, looking to acquire more. So it's all about that expansion place. But the challenge with this is that if we don't understand, if our trunk and our roots are not well taken care of, it can actually limit the extent to which our branches and our leaves and our fruit can grow. So let me give you an example. So in the expansive group of needs, we've got a need that relates to our growth and expansion. Now, the thing is, if we have a gap in the trunk of our tree relating to the need that connects to our sense of value, of worth, and deservedness, what will end up happening is if we're focusing all of our energy on the branches and on growing, we will only grow to the extent to which we believe we are worthy and deserving of growing too. If, however, we change our focus and we put our energy into plugging that gap that's in the trunk and meeting the needs in the trunk of the tree, from there the nourishment will be able to flow up through the roots, up through the trunk, and we will naturally grow to our full potential. So it's really important to understand not just what our 12 universal needs are and what the groups of the tree, the groups of needs are, but also what are the needs that we need to be focusing on for where we're at right now. So most people have been probably focusing on the branches or maybe the trunk of the tree, but when the situation with the coronavirus first started happening, we all went down to the roots of the tree because our survival needs were the most important ones for us to take care of. And once those were taken care of, we moved up to the trunk of the tree. So it's really important to understand, and this is not a linear thing. It's not, well, I've done my roots and now I can move on to the trunk, and then I've done my trunk and now I can move on to the branches. It's a moment by moment thing, depending on what's going on in our life, depending on how things are changing and the things that are happening will depend on where our focus needs to be at any one point in time. So we need to know what the groups of needs are, what our 12 universal needs are, but we also need to know what are the needs for us to be focusing on that are going to make the biggest difference for where we're at right now. So that's key number 1, which is what. I'll be back next week with key number 2 in order to help you to understand what these 7 keys are to get all of your needs consistently met in the ways that work for you. But also I want to know, what are the things that you struggle with getting your needs met? If there are things that you're finding challenging or you've got questions, drop them in the comments, send me a private message, and I'll make sure that I do drop in here and do a needs nugget on that. I think that's it for today. So if there's anything more you want to know about in terms of needs, let me know. And I'll be back next week with another needs nugget on how to ensure that all of your needs get consistently met in the ways that work for you. Thank you for being here, for those of you who've joined me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.